Hey everyone, welcome back. It is Laura at Hyperstamper. Today I made a mini journal. So this is just a little teeny tiny sweetheart. It's about 4¼ inches wide by about 6½ inches long. And what I did with this one is I inserted this gorgeous early 1900s, probably between 1910 1915 postcard. And as you can see from the back, it is embossed. So it's pushed up and then probably hand painted with these beautiful grapes here on the vine. Just lovely. And it looks like this was a Polish postcard. And this is on top of an 1890s Oxford Book of English Verse book. And I love it. I made some matching ribbons here and it's all intact. Let me show you the inside. So I kept the original first pages of this book, which is super old. And as you can see, it's got this beautiful, lovely thin paper, beautifully aged. And what I love about this one is the original owner's plate was inside here. Kenneth Ellis from Toronto owned this. That was from his library. And then I have this wonderful page here, also from the early 1900s. And this lovely little gingerbread piece here from a children's book from the 1930s. Isn't that sweet? I love it. And then I made a little pocket here and I have this great 1940s ad, save money, have fun, go home by train. And that was actually a book cover piece that I turned into a journaling card. So I love that. This is from 1895 from the Youth's magazine. And this is a really cool piece, obviously from 1953. Look at that, advertising for a new automobile. Love it. This is a great vintage page here with a blank spot for journaling. And then this wonderful little plate here from Goldilocks and the Three Bears from the 1920s. More great ads here from 1953. And oh, that's got a little bit of stucky there. That's from 1927, mounted on that old page there. And there is the rest of that. I just love the font from these old pages. It's just beautiful. Look at this. This subscription is $3. $3 for a year subscription, probably a weekly subscription. And this is a great little piece from a 1953 yearbook, and it's got the inscription here. And I love it. This page here is from the Roller Skating Club. I kid you not, the Roller Skating Club. So fun. And then we've got a French dictionary page here from the 30s. And a vintage map here, or actually an antique map. And this is from the 1800s, and it's actually full color, which is just, I still am researching how they made this. I know it was done in layers, but it's absolutely beautiful. I love the swan and her little, what do they call, swanlings? Ducklings? Gooselings? I don't know. Swan babies. Okay, and here's more of that beautiful inscripted. Look at this. Can you see that? Girls Craft Club from the University of Rochester. And I love that, especially because we are all crafters. So that's pretty special to me. University of Knowledge, 1937. And in this little crochet pocket page here, I've got this Vintage Trees of America page, which is quite lovely. You could do lots of fun things with that. Room to journal here. A vintage ledger page here and a vintage map here. This is a beautiful antique piece of lace. Look at the great opposite side of that map, and that's from Highways of North America book. And then this great antique ticket here, a transit ticket, probably from a bus. And then this great little family photo here, this family on a picnic, and you have to look carefully. The men wore suits and ties on their picnics, which we don't do that anymore, but even when you look at old sports events, the men all wore their suits and ties and hats. It was awesome. This is a great 1939 set of stamps here on the original envelope. That's all that was left of it when I received it. I like to leave envelopes intact when I get them, but that one was not. And look at this precious antique photo here of these beautiful little cougar kittens. That just warms the cockles of my heart. A vintage page there and an antique page here, Raggedy Ann, a different kind of illustration for her. Oh yes, that's really sweet. Okay, sorry, I had to have a double look at that. 1950s Betty Crocker Better Homes and Gardens recipe page. a vintage crochet piece there. And that brings us to the end. I made this journaling tag also out of an antique book that just didn't make it, and I turned it into a little pocket and I put more antique stamps in there. So I think it's really sweet. It's a little mini journal, smaller than my others, but come back soon, and I hope you can subscribe and see more of these cute little mini journals. Bye for now.